Charleston White is the ultimate clout chaser and hypocrite. You know, for years he's come out and he's made a name for himself online, trolling the gangbangers, calling them out, exposing them, threatening to call the police on them. He's called the police on certain people, right? He goes after everybody. He goes after black women. He goes after whoever he needs to go after. He even go after certain W supremacists. Well, now on his radar again is Little Durk. Now, we know that Little Durk is right now incarcerated. He's being charged with like unaliving people for hire. He has a whole bunch of charges against him. He allegedly has friends snitching on him. And, he's been part of that Chicago drill scene for a long time, part of those BDs and versus GDs and just the whole Chicago gang scene, right? So he's been indicted. A lot of his brothers been unalived. A lot of his artists been unalived. His cousin was unalived back in 2014. It's just a whole bunch. His father just coming home from doing 26 years in jail. But Charleston White is upset with him because he's saying that he's gotten to be too positive to the point where people are not going to want to rock with him no more. Like Charleston White has called people out for exhibiting N-word behavior, but now he's upset with them because he's saying that they're being too positive. Well, there was some gang violence going on in Minnesota, and Big Durk, Little Durk's father, went up there to have a sit down with some of the brothers that had a conversation, and Little Durk even called them. Well, Charleston White had a problem because Big Durk was doing this.
No matter how many cars I was driving, no matter how many women I had, no matter how many guys was up under my control, I was a full clown. You know why I was a clown? Because everything.
Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
All I was saying was my father had briefed me on what's going on, and I said, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm proud of y'all for the sake of Allah. I love y'all for the sake of Allah. I'm doing better, man. We all gotta take chances, and we've been offered a lot right now, so I just wanna let y'all know that we're with y'all 100%. When I get out of here, inshallah, ASAP before October or during trial, have to go. I'm gonna leave that example, and I told him I want to come down there and see y'all, come speak to y'all. So what I'm saying? Get y'all math right, get y'all brotherhood together, and get on the team. I love y'all for the sake of Allah.
Love.
We love you back, man. Jazakallah khair.
Hey, Pop, I'm finna
Now, one thing I say is Lil Durk, he took too long to change his image. Now, we know that after Quando Rondo cousin, I think it was named Lopez or something, was unalive in L.A., he started to change his image. I know that he came out with that song, All My Life, and he started to put on a more positive image. Now, I do a lot of concerts. I work, we set up the stage as a stagehand, and we set up the stages for concerts. So I did, when they came to Newark, New Jersey, I was working up in Newark, and we did the concert when he was on tour with Lil Wayne and Drake. So I saw him have, that biggest song of his career. He started to, he embraced Islam with his father. He started to go around and talk to the people about the gang violence around, sometime he lost his brother. So there was a lot of traumatic things that was going on in his life that was forcing his change. But I think that it was too late because it was, things that already, he was already in too deep, right? There was a lot of things there's been a lot of unalivings that went on behind the scenes of people that's not as famous. Now, y'all remember when he had the song, when FBG Duck was unalive, he had the song, was it Shoulda Ducked or whatever. He had a song in regards to that. He made, he dissed a lot of people that was unalived, and he made music saying he wasn't going to do that no more. But then his brother got unalived and stuff got crazy, but he tried to change up his image, but by that time it was too late. So Charleston White, they asked him about his image and about the way he's trying to portray himself now. Charleston said this.
Durk has been arrested for
It's been longer than that.
Nah, it's been a year to the day, 365
Oh, it
days.
seemed like 3 years. Who I know the nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder
Murder-
he talking Allah talking. When he get out, he go lead right with purpose. Oh boy, listen. This is why I say jail is the best thing for these niggas. I ain't never heard Durk sound so peaceful and sincere. Boy say Allah. He say Allah, Alhamdulillah after every word. You see why I recommend prison? If they can just gather up every last woman out that NBA concert when they buy them tickets after the end of the show and march their ass up on them goddamn FEMA buses and take them to a FEMA camp and let them disappear for about I say 4 years. And they'll be alhamdulillah on every goddamn thing. So now, homie, he's sincere though. But what ends up happening, every nigga sincere from jail. Every nigga mean what they say from jail. My homie say, he sincere. He mean that in his heart. In his heart, when he say, you who? You got all big album. He mean it in his heart. But by the time they let him out, he don't. But you know what? Because he said that mean, hateful thing in his heart at that moment, and he meant it, God honors that. So he got to suffer for that. Same when you do good. You say, oh, Lord, I'm going to go to Jumu'ah service. I'm going to stop sneaking and eating pies with the pork sauce in it. You know, there's some food the Muslim can't eat because they got pork something in it. Got whatever kind, they can't supposed to eat it. All kind of cakes and snacks, but them niggas still pop open a snicker. And I think that snicker got some pork derivative products in it.
Now, Charleston, he always says that he recommends jail time for a lot of these black boys, or which a lot of you idiots out there like to call these young black boys YNs, right? He recommends jail time. A lot of them, they go embrace Islam. But let me say this. A lot of brothers embrace Islam or Hebrew Israelites or some form of religion when they incarcerated, because when you're in the streets, everything is moving 1,000 miles a second. Like, you're not even thinking straight. Like, you tunnel vision right into the streets. When you get to prison, everything slows down. You got time to think. You're laying in the cell, right? You can see everything out in front of you. Like, you start seeing the things you did wrong, the things you did right, and you're looking for some form of peace or some form of closure. So you begin to read books. You begin to check out things that you would have never checked out when you was on the streets, right? The spirit wants to do right. So you start embracing some form of spirituality to help you cope, to help you deal with certain things, to help you get through, right? So a lot of brothers, they embrace Islam. Some people embrace Islam for protection, but a lot of people embrace Islam because for the first time, by the time they get to jail, they getting sleep, right? They getting, like, everything slows down. Everything slows down, and you could hear the voice of your mother now, the voice of your father, the voice of people trying to tell you certain things that you couldn't hear when you was on the streets. So people are sincere when they locked up, right? Now, when they come home, they don't always make the right choices because you come back into that same type of environment. But when you get taken out of that environment, right, man, listen, it's just complicated, man. He embraced Islam before he went in. His father was trying to get him right. His father was trying to get him together, but by that time, it was too late, man. It was too late. They had already had it in for him. So Charleston White, he's basically saying that now that he's finished, he's going to get life in jail after 5 years. Nobody's going to talk about him no more. He's pretty much finished. This is what Charleston White was saying.
And they say, oh, Allah, look like I'm out of here. If you can just save me, I'm finna start now. I'm gonna pray 5 times a day. I'm gonna make sure I put my forehead all the way on the carpet this time. Cause not a lot of niggas get lazy and don't want to put their forehead all the way down. I watched them. That ain't proper prayer. So that's why they block their blessings. So God know when you come to him in jail, this is why I recommend it. You're the most sincere. You're the most, you have the most humility. And you mean in your heart that you'll never do this again because these conditions have caused that. And God know you mean it. But God also know 2 years from now when I let your ass out of here, you Durk, so we can't save you this time, boy. We got to send your ass on up that road. They talking to you, but that's just to scare you. But you're getting 20, 30 years. What's that boy's name? What's his real name? What's Durk's real name? The Voice? Say The Voice.
Yeah, The Voice.
The Voice. Yeah, about you in 2037. And that's it right around the corner. 2037, I'm about Durk. Just think about, they barely mentioning Charlie Kirk now. And they were talking about putting him on a nickel, taking the nickel, voting president. They were talking about taking Abe off the nickel and making Charlie Kirk face the same way as the other president. So imagine, so they already quit talking about him. So imagine what they're going to do to Durk. And King Von, I'm sorry, they don't even talk about him no more. FBG Duck. Matter of fact, the old Blockians, y'all had a run. Now look at you. Y'all had just stuffed out of every goddamn body when O Block was on top. When Durk them and King Von them was the nigga, and everybody was rest in peace, King Von. You better not say about nothing, King Von. And Durk was nigga, boy, they was boy, they laughed like a Quando Rondo jumped up out that limo crying by their cousin. Oh man, boy, they laughed like a boy when Quando Rondo dropped his flag and went to talking. Man, I'm going crazy, man. I can't sleep at night. I'm dreaming about people dying. They laugh like a they laugh. And they were telling me, we gonna get you, come to O Block. I don't even hear a nigga tell me to come. I don't even get invited to O Block no more. I used to get invited to O Block 20 times a day. I used to get calls from O Block. Men and BD, GD niggas. I'm talking about nigga, I thought we was in a relationship the way the nigga used to bother me. It ain't even been 2 years. Them niggas fizzled and faded away. And look at their fan base. They call this fair weather friend.
Now, I'll say this. I think based off the evidence that they have, unless he just get a whole bunch of people that's snitching on him, I think Durk is going to come up out of this. I think he's going to come home, basically come home off this. He might sit for about 3 or 4 years, but he's going to touch down off of this. Because I don't, when he was talking about the message in the iCloud and all this kind of stuff, they can't really link anything to him. They was really just putting stuff out there in the media to make the case salacious, but I don't think that they have any concrete things to actually link him to unaliving for hire. But I will say this, that drill scene for like the last 10 years, it's been a lot of carnage across the country. In Philadelphia here, I think Chicago was probably the most famous, but I think the bloodiest city for this drill scene was Philadelphia, man. These young guys here wasn't as big name as Chicago. But you take a violent city like Philadelphia that was already violent, and now with the internet, you can see things, you can emulate different cultures across the country. They start copying that drill scene, man, and the murders went crazy. Remember, we got 1 million less people than Chicago, right? But we had a higher murder rate than Chicago, right? Man, they was from like 2018 all the way up until like from 2017 to about 2022, man. Listen, these I can't even tell you how many young guys got killed and was killing each other that's locked up right now, going in these courtrooms facing double and triple homicides, man. From that 5 to 6 year span, right? And DA Larry Krasner came in and locked all of them up. Like our murder rate now has sliced by half because in the last 4 years he done locked all of them up. The rest of them died. They killed each other. Like it was unbelievable what you saw in a 5 year span. With all these young guys rapping that drill, they wiped each other out. So now with Durk being locked up for a year, man, a lot of those dudes that was part of his clique, man, a lot of them dudes is in jail, right? One of them just got unalived last week. One of his right hand men just got unalived. It's just it was like a deaf spirit that came with that style of music, man. Memphis was another city, just unaliving each other. Everybody's emulating and copying that whatever that spirit was that was connected to that drill. Man, it put a lot of young black boys in the ground, and a lot of young black boys is in courtrooms across the country facing life. And I'm glad that music is dying off. That genre, that style of rap music is dead, is gone. I'm glad because, man, it was bad, man. It was horrible. So Charleston White, he out there, he clout chasing again, doing what he do. But I hope that you young people, when you watching this, you can learn from this. Because Durk is going through it. So now he's the example of what you shouldn't be doing. He lost his brother. He lost his cousin, right? One of his first cousins right before he blew up years back. He lost King Von. He just lost a homie. He lost countless homies. He lost his father for 26 years. Now, if he don't come out of this, he going to lose his life on the streets. So what is it all for? It's not worth it. So if you can't look at him as the example and say, well, I don't want to go that route, then there ain't nothing else I can tell you. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this, man. You see that we got nerves over, you know what? That's what we rolling with, man. Man, if y'all want to go that route and be a real N-word, then that's on you, man. That's on you. Life is about choices. That's the road you chose. You got to deal with it now. So if you made it this far, Hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.